Hey everyone, and welcome to the clips and screenshots on my alt switch, which technically isn't even my alt switch anymore because as you can see, it's the Switch 2. So I guess it's a fun little story, I guess, real quick. So the alt switch, the one the second switch that I had, technically wasn't actually mine, but I was basically the only one that actually used it. So I kinda just played with it and also like had a bunch of clips and screenshots for that reason. So that's what happened here. And that was the case for the beginning of 2025. But of course, 2025 was also the year when the Switch 2 came out. So now the alt switch is now an alt switch 2. And unlike just the regular switch, the alt switch 2, which is this one right here, is actually being used by basically the entire household. So technically speaking, it's not really mine. I mean, it never was mine, but I just wanted to get that out of the way because a bunch of these clips and screenshots are probably not exactly what you think they're going to be. But also one thing I need to know is just because of the fact that this one was played by the entire household, there are way more clips and screenshots for me to go over because we actually played on this Switch way more than we ever did. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Also, yeah, here's Galaxy and Galaxy 2. That was something my brother wanted. They really wanted to play this. Even though we had Galaxy 2 on the Wii, sure, we'll get it on the Switch as well. Anyways, let's go into the album real quick and go all the way down to start. I probably could have sorted these out a little bit, but yeah, this is going to be really funny because it's been, I mean, quite frankly, it's been a year. These have been to the start of the year. Actually, is that true? Hold on. Does it tell me? Okay, yeah, 1/7. So yeah, this was 2025. These are all the years. Anyways, let's get into these. The only reason I screenshotted this is because it had 8,888 steps recorded on the Poketch. I'm waiting for that final number to be 8, so it'd be 88888. I'd love for that to be the case. Who knows though, because I've not played Brilliant Diamond in like a really long time, admittedly. And then while doing some money grinding, I managed to somehow get my character stuck inside the trainer. This is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. It's so weird though, because like I never really thought this game being that glitchy, but the more I look around, the more I realize it kind of is. I mean, there was like that one like menu storage glitch, but I don't know. Yeah, there's double Thunderbolts. What happened here? So we have the one that got played, and then like not that much time passes, another one happens. It's really strange. I don't understand what happened. But yeah, also this was when we played Mario Kart 8. I don't remember when we did this, but we did do this. Oh right, the Scarlet Nuzlocke that I did earlier this year. Right. So yeah, here's the shiny tarantula that I got. The first one, mind you. This is the first out of 2. And oh yeah, here was the picnic not working correctly. I actually had never encountered this glitch before, so I'm surprised it happened now. But yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, you saw that glitch, right? Pokemon Scarlet at its best. So look at this. Yeah, I don't think we're exempt. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I meant to zoom. I didn't mean to do that. Where was it? It's this one. Yeah, are we meant to really see stuff like this while on the status screen? No, I want to do that. Thank you. Oh, here's the other clip. Here's how I got the second tarantula in the Scarlet Nuzlocke. Just wait for it. Yeah, how did I get 2 of them? Like, actually how? That wasn't even the only shiny I got in the Scarlet Nuzlocke too. Like, it wasn't just Tarantula. There was one that came up a little later, or that's gonna come up a little later. I do think it's kind of funny though, because it's like, my mindset was, oh, there's a Blissey. I can use that for easy experience. And then I went and I saw this. So I had no idea that you could do this, where if you stop hard enough like that, you would not get spun out by the Mech Koopa. That's really, really strange that I was able to do that. How long did that blue shell take to reach first place? Look at it. No, look. Like, you can see, you can even see it on the minimap right now. Right now, and then you get the warning, and it zooms past, but look, it just never catches up. 200cc plus boost panels. Look, I essentially beat it, and then it comes back. And boom, now it breaks. Are you... Dang. That, like, if that was an actual human, I think they would have probably, like, crashed out because of that. Because they were, like, right there. Now here's the other shiny. The final shiny I got. The Scarlet Nuzlocke. I actually used this one, unlike the Tarantulas, which I like barely used, if at all. And that's because, well, Swablu was just a much better Pokemon, but also just like it actually kind of like it was something that was kind of interesting, and I figured I could use in one way or another. Especially since I was kind of just like, admittedly, what I was doing here, I was just kind of unlocking the fast travel points and then grinding a little bit just before the next episode, which I don't remember which one this one is, but yeah, that did happen. Oh, okay. This screenshot. If you read the text, it says, let's see, after a Terrasilize, I'm pretty sure your Rowlet will be a type. What? So, the way this works is that it's supposed to tell you what Terra type your, like, the Pokemon you have in front is. And the game actually accounted for the fact that if you do have, like, a Pokemon that's a different Terra type than the one, then, like, it would normally have potentially. Or like, it's a Pokemon that has multiple types, and therefore, like, you catch it, you could have either Terra type. It would actually tell you the Terra type it is, instead of just listing out, like, the type it might actually be. But, there's a bit of an oversight there. They never accounted for the Stellar Terra type. So, for that reason, it just kind of says this. It just says a double space type. And here it is in full glory, too, if you really want to know about it. Anyways, the whole again, what I'm saying is just the fact that it was Rowlet was Terra Stellar, and there was a reason why. So I've actually, I guess this is like spoiler, but like all the things I need to do are basically done. I have been working on a very specific Pokemon project in the background for basically the beginning of this year. Actually, funny enough, and it's kind of like I guess a follow up to my Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or like video where I went through the entire Elite Four and Champion with 6 unevolved starters. I'm basically doing the same thing in Scarlet, and I decided I wanted to be a bit above and beyond in this playthrough, which is why I gave all of the starters different Terra types. And funny little Easter egg there. The Terra types are actually of the Pokemon that were originally like the 7-star like Mightiest Mark Pokemon, except that Rowlet I think was like Terra Grass, and also like not only that, but like I think like the fighting, like the Hisuian form was like Terra. I don't know, was it Terra Fighting? Was it? I don't remember actually what type it was, but it was a different Terra type, and I was like, I kind of didn't want to do that. So what I instead did was just kind of gave it Terra Stellar. Oh, and speaking of which, on that playthrough, I got this, a shiny Hoppip. There it is. What is it with me and getting shinies in this game? Like, I guess more Pokemon do ultimately spawn, like, so you're more likely to get a shiny in this game. But, like, with how many times I've played Pokemon like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and with how many encounters I've gone into, and with how many like eggs I've had via Masuda method, even though I wasn't even trying to get a shiny, I'm just like trying to get good IVs and stuff like that. How the heck have I not gotten a single shiny in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl? But I have gotten like plenty of shinies in this game sometimes without the Shining Charm and sometimes with it. And so like just how moments. I think this was really funny too because the only shiny I've actually gotten from BDSP was when I specifically hunted for shiny Latias, where I soft reset in front of it, which took a long time. It took like a week, but I got it. Oh, and yeah, Titan battles. Actually, I guess slight spoiler also for the 6 out of all starters playthrough. I never recorded the Titan battles because I actually try to stay within the level cap between all of the like boss like trainers, or not boss trainer, but all the badges and stuff. The problem is that the Titans made that whoops, I did not mean to do that. Made that level cap really, really tight to reach. Like if I try to stay within the level cap for a specific like badge, I would basically over level for the next one. But the Titans, and it was because of the Titans, so I kind of just chose to ignore them. Plus, they were kind of boring battles anyway most of the time. But anyways, what I'm saying is that, Bulbasaur is evolving, but you can just see a Tepig on the very left. That's just because of the way that these battles work, where, like, when you defeat them, there's, like, a little, like, animation of, like, the Pokemon that you defeated the Titan with, they're, like, happy and stuff. But when a Pokemon in your party evolves, it does this, which is really weird. I don't know, because I have actually seen this clip before. I'm pretty sure I've actually done this in a clips and screenshots before. I want to say it was, like, 2022. When I did this, but I honestly can't remember. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. This is where we're gonna start with the Mario Kart World clips and screenshots. There's a lot of them. There's a reason why there's like 50 of them. First of all, we have one where I was able to get triple like shrooms in both my item slots. Thank you, Boo, for doing that. But yeah, that means I had 6 mushrooms, which was kind of just funny to look at. So I'm not really sure exactly how I did that, but this was just me and my brother playing Yoshi's Crafted World just because they wanted to, and I was like, I had the game, so I might as well. Look at exactly what happened. So by the way, I'm the Dark Blue Yoshi, in case you're curious. I'm just tonguing upwards just for no reason, and as my brother like launches the magnet, I was able to tongue it with my mouth, and I don't know how I was able to do that, but I was. And I love how that was able to work too. Why did that work? I have no idea. Like, I fell into the pit, I was able to land on the Koopa and get myself back up. I don't know how I was able to do that, but I was able to do that and actually made myself survive. All I want to say is that is the best Boo I think I've ever used. Look at this. So there's a blue shell coming. But I had a Boo, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna use the Boo to block the blue shell. Which I do. And then look what happens afterwards. Thunderbolt. So I avoided the blue shell and the Thunderbolt because of that. That is the most valuable Boo I think I've ever had. Don't you love just multiplayer being broken? Look at how, because my brother dies right here, like, fell into the pit, Draganon only focuses on Purple Toad. Like, he doesn't care about Toadette, and also, wow, I fell off there, that's kind of funny. So, context for this. We had to go, like, do some stuff real quick, and I had to pause the game. But if you notice, look at where I am, because I'm Blue Toad right now. I was literally down there, and I would have died otherwise if I didn't just do the bubble. But, like, I only had, like, a few frames before I was dead, so... Wow, all I'm saying is that was just genuinely really close. another one of these, like, close moments, huh? Or just not another one, but look, I didn't mean to fall off the edge here, and I somehow was able to save myself. The problem is it did kind of make me go into the snow and off-road. But I was still able to save myself, which I found kind of cool. Oh yeah, here's Mummy Me Maze Forever. This didn't actually take as long as I thought it was going to, which kind of gave me confidence if I ever want to make a Captain Toad series. But yeah, I was able to do that. I found it a lot of fun. Ever wanted to know what a blue shell would do if you were the one to use it in first place? Well, this is exactly what happens. Again, I'm not sure if you guys really care, but... or really were curious, but there you go. So, let's look at that blue shell real quick. So, the blue shell is arriving. Obviously, he's gonna hit second place since I just finished the finish line, or since I crossed the finish line. But, like, the fact that you could see the blue shell on Waluigi's screen was just insane. And it just didn't hit them. Okay, I don't know why the audio is weirdly delayed there. That was strange. But also, not quite sure what happened here. Like, how was I able to open the weapon menu as I entered the boss fight? I must have had, like, a few frames before that happened. Again, I don't know what's with the audio desync. Or maybe that's just on my end. I don't know. But, what the heck happened here? I just, like, zoomed forward somehow. Don't know how, but I was able to do that. Yeah, is the audio desynced on my end, or is it just doing weird stuff? Well, either way, just look at how close I was to, like, dying there, because I went down here, kind of by accident. Just barely made it out. Not really sure how I was able to do that, where I was able to stomp and then eat you with Baby Yoshi, but I was able to do that. Also, I forgot to take that off. Ah yes, let's grab both Baby Yoshis to the end. This was oddly more difficult than it really should have been, but I did it. Not like I really needed to, but I did it. Oh, yeah. 3 seconds left on the timer. Like, we had to, like, make it to the very end. And the fact that, like, there were some, like, crazy, like, moments. Like, first of all, like, me surviving this, which was kind of insane. And then, like, this ended up happening somehow, where, like, I avoided that boomerang. Like, Mario had to bubble here, and so it was just me with only one hit left, and avoided that boomerang bro just barely in time to reach the goal with only 3 seconds left. Such a close moment. Not the way I was expecting to complete that, to be honest. Just kind of, having, like, those fuzzies frozen from an ice ball I shot with Yoshi. Got hit there, and then couldn't make the jump. Stalled, and then just barely landed. So, why is that out of bounds? Like, how did hitting that part of the terrain made us both get, like, considered out of bounds where Lakitu had to rescue us? This is so dumb. Alright, what happened here? How did you do that? So, I guess apparently Waluigi got so much height that it ended up hitting that somehow? I would love to know what exactly happened there. Why I didn't fall off here, I have no idea, but it just was not able to fall. Which was really surprising too. Don't know see how close this race was though? Like seriously, like it's all of us here. You can see I'm Wiggler. I think it was my dad that was Waluigi, and then I don't remember who Bowser was, but here we are. They also have a penguin in the mix too. Look at that, triple bananas, triple green shells, triple red shells. This mushroom here, this off-road, just like everything. It was a really, really close, like, race at the end. I'm still surprised that's how it ended. How the heck did I survive that mess up? Also, hello, different language flower. I don't remember doing that. But I messed up the jump and was just somehow still able to save myself, and I really don't even know how, because I thought you couldn't one-side wall jump, but maybe the Jet Run badge lets you do that, I guess? I don't know. This is not the only time a feather has actually saved me, but geez, like, I messed up my turn here. And I just barely used the feather to catch myself. Whoops. You saw that too, right? Because Froakie leveled up in this battle, first of all, Mean Learning Bounce, I was unsure if I really wanted this move. Of course I was not going to want it. The curse took into effect, right? But then my HP changed from 40 to 42, and then it dropped, and that's all because I leveled up. So why was I able to trick off of this this dinosaur like that and not get hit? I really do not know. But I just never got punished, I guess. It happened again! It happened again! Where I just was able to barely save myself with the feather that I just had. Hello, really close, close race between King Boo and just me, right? Look at this. Just like barely came down to the wire there. Whoops. I don't really know what I was doing. I decided to take a picture of me driving off a DDJ, but with a star and 3 mushrooms. So is there like a height limit or something? Because why am I not allowed to, like, why did I just, like, get considered out of bounds right there? I don't get it. Okay, I don't know why I did not fall off here, but, like, how did I not fall off? Look at this. How? How? How did I not fall off? Times 2! How the heck did I not fall off here? How? How am I getting away with stuff like that? So, this was just me, like, messing around for fun, because I was like, hey, why not Infinite Flutter for a moment right now? And then I got mobilized a little bit, which was kind of unfortunate. I was like, okay, let's just see how far I can make it to the top of this little thing, because that was my goal. First of all, I messed it up there, but I was able to recover. But then, I ended up just messing up completely. And I somehow was not considered in the belly slide formation where I wasn't able to do a spin. So I was still able to make it up here somehow. And here we go, that's the first time we beat Super Mario Galaxy 2. With this really low rendered picture. What the heck happened here? I really don't know. Yeah, this is what happens when you bring Yoshi into the final boss. You just don't get any animations within this cutscene.
Luigi! Yeah! Hey!
I got a letter from Luigi as I'm playing as Luigi, but I think the funnier part is the fact that I switched to Luigi and then read this letter, so it's kind of backwards how you're likely expected to have this turn of events happen. And there you go, that's getting all the green stars. Or wait, no, I think that's just getting every single star. Like, period, like even the Grandmaster. But again, another, like, low rendered picture. How do they do this? So that's what happens when you try to die in the credits in assist mode. You just get this to happen where, like, obviously you would die here, but like it just sends you back here, which is I think really funny. Because you actually stay here for a good chunk of like time before it switches to the next page. Just look at that Bombu, just barely, like, or just still trying to get me. I guess also Boulder Guys too, but just the Bombu is just like, hey, I'm part of the game too! Because it almost looked like it was part of the victory animation of getting the green star. Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened here. I guess small, like, warning if in case that's a bit of a jump scare to you, but I don't know why the world just, like, flashed like that, but it just happened. Explain to me what happened there? Like, how did I hit this bumper and get launched that way into the air? I don't even remember pressing the jump button or anything, it just happened. Yeah, that's what happens when you die in assist mode on the perfect run. You just kind of get invisible checkpoints, which is what assist mode does, but it's like, I feel like they should not have done that. They should have just, like, taken you back to the start. That's the point of this galaxy and why this is supposed to be hard. Because you're supposed to do it in one attempt. Yeah, don't fall off there, because you will. That is considered a death. Why they didn't put gravity there, I have no idea. But in case you were curious, is it possible to die once you get here? I don't understand. Why didn't they plan for this? I guess if anyone wants to be a lol funny person, I guess. Also, just out of curiosity, how do you guys take down these boomerang bros? Because I see it feels like a lot of people do like the crouch and spin method, but I feel like that's way too like anxiety inducing and risky than just trying to jump on them and stay in the air with like spins, especially with the cloud flower where you're a lot more floaty. Like that's what I've done. I've always just like I've always like constantly jumped to avoid the boomerangs and just stomped on them. I think it's kind of funny how, like, I hit this block in, or I pushed the block in, and there should have been a cutscene, but I guess I jumped, like, a frame before the cutscene actually happened, so I was able to go jump again, jump into the electrical enemy, and in the cutscene, I'm inside the enemy, so when I resume gameplay, I just take damage like that. Now isn't that kind of funny, huh? So, as you can see, I pick up a star as like a star bit, and then throughout this entire cutscene, like, I guess the game is trying to figure out where to collect the star bits, and they just kind of appear out of nowhere, and then I collect them. Oh yeah, this is just me playing on the Switch too, and I just want to note of the fact that look at how many freaking Golducks there are spawned right now. Like, yeah, there are a bunch of other Pokemon too, but just there are so many Golducks. What the heck? And here's Echoes of Wisdom. This is just an oddly fun moment. I don't know why I screenshotted this, but I thought it would be kind of cool to just screenshot this moment. And here's it, but more zoomed out, and with Zelda and Tri. Yeah, I don't really know what I was able to do here, but I guess I went into the loading zone, and then I jumped at the same time, so I kind of just fell as it was happening. No point of that, but I just thought it was kind of cool. We have another really close case there. Look, it's like, look at how extremely close it was between me and my dad. Just boom. Just barely. It was essentially just, quite frankly, like, who had, like, the better speed stat, and, like, obviously the boost also helped me, that, like, back there a little, but still, like, I had a much slower, because this Dolphin plus Dolphin, I don't know what the actual, is it Dolphin Dasher? I don't know what the, cart is called, but, like, that's not really fast. That is not a fast combo at all. It's like high acceleration. And I guess, what is the other one? It's like, it's not, I guess high handling. That's what it is also. I don't know why I always, like, love trying to do air climb and specifically get to Dungeon 8 before Dungeon 7, but here's another, clip of me doing that. It obviously takes me a couple of tries to do it, but it is just interesting how I always try to do this. If I ever record this game, which I probably will, I'm probably gonna do that trick just because I can, not because, like, it's really optimal to or anything. Apparently I threw this rock in such a way where I was able to get the mini Moldorm to just get stuck like that and jittery. I don't know why we have another one of these. This is probably from when my brother completed the game. So, there you go, I guess. There you go, there's shore launching for you, except on this version of the game and not 3D All-Stars. Boom. Just barely do it. I don't know why that's something you can do, and it's not actually easy at all to do that, unfortunately. Like, because you have to... The way you have to do it is you have to spin into to the point where your head is inside the water, and if you spin again, it launches you up like that. But like getting your head in the water like that is weirdly not easy. Look at that. We've got a bunch of just unnecessary speedrun tricks. Might as well, instead of going down and all the way around, why not just go up here? Oh, but let's take it a step further. Let's go up here as well. And essentially do this part without even touching any of those little gray blocks. That's a failed attempt at shore launching. I just found it really funny how I was like, look at how freaking close I actually got to doing it on this one. So much so as Mario did this animation. I don't know why, but when I went in this area and did a side flip, the one-up mushroom did not look like a one-up mushroom at all. With the way how I viewed the camera and with how the border looks when you're in a purple coin comet. You can now play as Luigi! Yeah, we got a whole bunch of 20 stars in Galaxy. Not really what I was intending to do at all, but I did it. I just found this really funny. So, obviously, Sucker Punch, I was thinking, okay, I'll just try to take it out right now. Nope, it goes for Toxic. But the funnier part is the fact that Toxic missed. So, I'm pretty sure Toxic has infinite accuracy if you're a poison type. But the problem with that is Claws are just terrestrialized, so it's no longer a poison type. Meaning Toxic was no longer infinite accuracy. Meaning it did actually have a chance to miss. And the fact that it did miss was just weirdly funny to me. I don't know what the heck happened here, but I was able to get Koraidon stuck like this. Where it was like, as if it was on something, but it's actually not. It's just in the air. Yeah, I think BDSP is glitched on Switch too, because sometimes when you start the game up, the game just kind of crashes. I don't know why, but also, what happened here? I just used False Swipe. The Scyther disappears. Apparently I get a little bit of HP because of Shell Bell. Murkrow uses Gust. Okay, fine. And then when it comes to my turn, the HP just suddenly goes down. What happened? Not my intention at all to do that. I was just practicing on Great Question Block Ruins, and I was just tricking for fun, for really no reason other than just because I can. And I managed to almost fall off, but then I trick on those, like, torches, and did that. Was that faster? Probably not, but it's cool. Oh, look at that. It's Luigi saving Luigi. What kind of time paradox is this? Also, it's just me and my brother playing. My brother is player 2, in case you're curious. And that's it. That is all the clips and screenshots, all 77 of them. It's weird, because usually on the alt Switch, there's only, like, 5, or, like, you know, like, there's very few, but we had a lot more on this Switch, and it's really funny, too, because it's, like, a bunch of these were just kind of, like, a bunch of these are just Mario Kart clips, obviously, but it's really funny, because, like, I did actually, I would feel like, this is weirdly, that I played on my alt Switch, oddly, a lot more than I thought I was going to. I say mine, but, you know, and we all, like, had a lot of fun. Obviously, because, like, if you see, like, a bunch of these Mario Kart clips, it's, like, it's not just me playing. It's, like, me and, like, my family, and I guess the whole house, obviously, playing. And we had a lot of fun moments. So it was really interesting just doing all this stuff, too. But, yeah, that's it. That's the alt Switch's clips and screenshots done. I know it's not actually, like, the end of the year. As I'm recording this, it's actually, like, it's literally New Year. Like, it's New Year's Eve, like, essentially, it's December 30th, so, like, actually, it's not even New Year's Eve then, but I was not gonna wait one day just to upload this, especially since I still need to work on the other one, the one on my main Switch, which actually doesn't have as many clips and screenshots as the previous years, funny enough. And I think that's just because we played on this Switch a lot more. But yeah, I'm just gonna end this video here.